I saw the interview, of course, from Nathan. Cry baby like always. I think maybe I don't know if you heard me or not. You understand? Maybe the reason why he came on there, talking that blah blah, and then William did that, but he didn't say shit. He didn't say shit back there backstage. When I was in presence, he didn't do shit. And stop crying like a baby. You are a grown man. Every time you lose, you will hear the same thing from this guy. Instead of going and working harder, he start crying every time he lose. It's like he Beirut, blah blah blah. Man, you can never be Beirut, bro. Maybe your chance was maybe last year with the flex, bro. You missed that chance. And you're talking about my blocky physique. This blocky physique won 2 times Arnold Classic titles. One in Australia, a runner-up at Mr. Olympia. That's what this blocky physique won. Yes, I won 12 Raw shows, did more shows than him. I don't even think you deserve your place, and I even think Fowler should have even beat you.
Yeah, like you and Nathan you're friends though, right? Like
Yo, I don't call him a friend, man. Like, listen, this guy did me so dirty, even like in Portugal. Like, I don't want to put his dirty stuff outside, but I want to let you know what kind of person this idiot is. About Nathan, when I saw that, I was like, man, this guy's a clown to me, so I just couldn't let this go. You understand? Especially when you mention my name, I got to defend myself, and that's what I'm doing here. You understand? Stop acting like a baby.
Every rep starts with fuel. Helix cream of rice, clean carbs, zero sugar, fast digesting energy that hits quick, fuels hard, and never sits heavy. 27 grams of pure carb power, nothing but rice and real flavor. Proudly made in Canada, built for champions. Grab yours now with code MuscleDiscord. Helix Foods, fuel the work, own the stage.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. We are back, episode number 8 on the Real Deal podcast with Chris Cormier, and we got a special guest, William the Conqueror Bonac. Man, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you, brother. I know you just got off the Dubai Pro stage. You're in Korea, Seoul?
Yes. South Korea.
South Korea, man. Is that your first time there, or have you been there before?
It's my first time. My first time in Asia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, spicy food?
Yeah, but I love it.
That's what's up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. Well, I know we got it's late over there. It's probably around 11 or so at night over there in Korea.
No,
so I know William's about to hit the bed, but we'll get into these questions. And yeah. And so we'll just jump right into it first, William. We'll get into it and we'll get some other stuff after this, but we'll go into the hard questions first. You did the Dubai Pro. You got second place to Baruz. You looked great. But you had your friend on as well, Nathan Asha, and he had some things to say. And I know you wanted to come on and kind of talk about it. So we'll say first off, tell me how you felt you did at that show, and then we'll get into some of the other questions about Nathan.
Yes. So, I saw the interview, of course, from Nathan, cry baby like always. I was very disappointed, but it's not nothing new to me, and you can have an opinion, of course. You can disagree, of course, but there's a certain way, on how to do that. You understand? So you do things, you do it respectfully. And the fun part is when I saw that, I was laughing because I was like, man, I was backstage with you. I was like, not even like maybe like 5 meters away from you, If you speak, I can hear you. If I speak, you can hear me, and I was like, you had a big mouth backstage, blah, 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 blah. This was before prejudging. And I said, like, to a friend of mine, I said, look at him now. I said, look at him now. He's the loudest guy here now. You will see right after the prejudging, he will be quiet. And exactly that happened. Right after prejudging, Mr. was quiet as a church mouse, you know. And I, made like a comment, like, okay, it is quiet now. Why is it so quiet now? So, and I think maybe, I don't know if you heard me or not, you understand? Maybe the reason why he came on there, talking that blah blah, and then William did that, but he didn't say shit. He didn't say shit back there backstage. When I was in presence, he didn't do shit. And then you have the nerve to go on the show and blah 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 blah, all your things you have to say, like a chihuahua. Why couldn't you say that backstage there, like you did before you went on stage? You know. And then, like, also with the judging, bro. If you want to be a judge, be a judge. You can't compete and be a judge. Be a judge. Do one thing or another. So if you know bodybuilding so well, and you think you can do it better than Steve, go. You can apply for it. As a IFBB member, you can apply for it. It's even easier for him than for anybody else. You understand? And stop crying like a baby. You are a grown man. Every time you lose, you will hear the same thing from this guy. Instead of going and working harder, he start crying every time he lose, or he don't place the way he think he should have placed. You don't have that in the hand. And you can't blame other bodybuilders like he, Beirut, blah, blah, blah. Man, you can never be Beirut, bro. Maybe your chance was maybe last year with the Flex Pro. You missed that chance. This guy got better. You understand? And then you had Tonio, because he went in this show with a mind like, okay, I'm going to win the show and this and that. Bro, I entered the show one day before the show and still beat your ass. And you're talking about my blocky physique. This blocky physique won 2 times Arnold Classic titles. One in Australia. A runner-up at Mr. Olympia. That's what this blocky physique won. Yes, I won 12 Raw shows. Did more shows than him. So I don't know where this all come from. Understand? Like this disrespect with your blocky and William and this and this and this. Bro, leave my name out of your mouth, man. You was backstage. You could have talked to me. You could have said everything that you said there. You could have said it. You didn't do that. And that's a weak man's, that's a weak man will only do this kind of stuff. He's a weak man to me. You will cry to the whole world about you placing this and that and that and that and that and that. And so even your own fans are saying, bro, you deserve your placing. I don't even think you deserve your placing. I even think Fowler should have even beat you. So be lucky that you even got 5th or 4th. So about Nathan, when I saw that, I was like, man, this guy's a clown to me, so I just couldn't let this go. You understand? Especially when you mention my name, I got to defend myself. And that's what I'm doing here. You understand? Stop acting like a baby. Accept your defeat. Go back home, work harder, come back next time. And if you were smart, you would ask even the judge that you were insulting, you would have asked him, like, man to man, you would have asked him, like, hey, Steve, what can I do, you understand, to improve my placings? If you look at my physique, what can I do to improve my placings? Maybe he would have given you some tips that would have helped you for your next shows to do better. Instead of doing that, you are going on live screaming and shouting like a chihuahua. And the same people you are talking about were like in front of your faces. So what about the time that you won? Okay, then the judges, then they did their job well, right? Then everything is okay. So when you win, it's good. But when you lose, you start to looking for people looking to get on a podcast, to scream at the world, to insult people, insult the federation that fed you. Because of the federation, you are known, bro. Nobody would have known you. You understand? You think your physique is that great. Brother, your physique is not that great, man. Be respectful. There are better bodybuilders than you. Accept that. You understand? And if you want to beat them, anything is possible. Shut up, do the work, you understand? And come back. That energy you put in, put that into work. And maybe some things will change for you. So this is my response to Nathan. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very blunt response, and I mean you're defending yourself against what Nathan said. I'm going to play a little clip about what Nathan
And also
said.
for Steve, because he knows Steve cannot reply on this nonsense. He knows
Yes,
that.
yes,
He
that
knows
you're
Steve can reply on this nonsense. You understand? Oh, I'm not gonna lose. Steve hates me. Stop acting like a baby, man. Well, what does Steve has to gain to hate you?
Yeah,
What? What does he
Steve,
has to gain to hate you?
yeah, Steve, I talked to Steve, he said he do not hate any of you guys. He said he don't give a shit who wins. He just want to get the best look, the best judgment for that night. He said that's all he really care about. It's not like a personal thing with
The man
anybody.
is doing this for decades. He's doing this for decades. You know,
Yeah, like on the show with Nathan, myself, and Chris Cormier both said that, hey, Steve Weinberger has judged you before, Nathan, and you won with him judging. So
so
we
why
did
didn't
put
you
that out there.
complain? Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't see that part.
But
But why didn't you understand? He's a baby, man. But yeah, he's a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, like you and Nathan you're friends though, right? Like
Yo,
you.
I don't call him a friend, man. Like, listen, this guy did me so dirty, even like in Portugal. Like, I don't want to put his dirty stuff outside, but I want to let you know what kind of person this idiot is. He's a fake ass. I don't want to say that word because probably my kids are watching, so I have to give them an example. Unlike this idiot, you understand? He knows he has kids, but he act like a kid. You get me? Seriously, this guy, like the way he's talking, man, like he should have said that backstage. If you got the balls to come on here, why couldn't you do that backstage? I did. I did. Why didn't you do the same? You didn't reply. You didn't even look at me. You get me? And then you come all tough on the podcast. Yeah, blah blah blah. Should be me, Antonio, blah, and this and that. Okay, give me a break, man. You're lucky that Mo Fowler didn't even surpass you. So
Yeah.
man.
Well, Nathan did make some some comments about the judge. Okay, well, let's address that so you can defend, talk about that
Yeah.
situation. You said that you're one of the judges, one of the lady judges on the panel is your business partner. Now, let me just,
Oh
I
yeah.
want, yeah. So let's just for context, I just want to let
And
people
it's the
who
same
may not,
judge that
yeah.
judged the show last year as well. Did he have a problem last year?
Well, let's just play it. I'll play the clip real quick, and then we'll chime in just so we have a little context there.
And then also what I didn't think was right. It's a massive conflict of interest, massive. William's business partner on the judging panel.
So that's just wanted to have it played there so people can kind of have context there. So your response to that?
That's Leona Bergman. Yes, we do a show together with a Bonac Classic. I don't even interfere with these shows, what she's doing. Our only business is putting those shows there with my name. I support her in those shows, and that's it. So and what I wanted to say is last year she was judging the show as well. She was there as well. And she is not the only judge. Her decision cannot make me win or place better by herself. We got 5 judges over there. You understand? Her decision won't make any difference to make me place better than I did, or to make him place worse, worse than he did.
But you don't see how you don't think that can make you feel like you got salt in the wound by you looking down, looking who's on the panel. You're like, oh, she's from Holland. This person's from
Oh,
Holland. You know
then
how.
we can say a lot of things about that. You have a lot of judges from different countries. So what about if a judge was there, from UK and Nathan placed second? Would he still cry? How
Yeah.
many times do you have? We have many judges from different countries. When a promoter does a show, yes, he will request for judges. Of course, he has to save money, so he will choose for the judges that live close around. If you live in Europe, what's the point to get 6 judges or 5 judges from the USA? You are allowed to have only 1 judge from the USA, and the others you can choose around to make it cheaper for yourself, the prices as well. So that's a business mind. We got to save money, so that's how we do it. And for her for judging that show, she got invited. I wasn't even planning to do this show this year. And thank God I did, because I pushed him out of there. Because otherwise, he would place maybe fourth or third, you know. And like I said, it's not the decision is not depending on one woman. If it was, like, I would have done much better in my career. And if it was, then why didn't I win the show?
Yeah, I mean those are valid points, and
Yes,
like
if he had that much power in it, why didn't I win the show?
yeah, valid points, and like you said, the highs and the low scores get thrown out. One judge can't dictate the show, but he's like I get his point as well, where he's like he feels a little uncomfortable that you have a personal relationship with one of the judges, but then you also specified that he's been in other shows where she's judged before as well. So I mean, we're just putting this out there.
She was there last year as well. It was there last year as well.
Yeah.
And you say that you just did the show at the last minute. What
Last
made
minute,
what?
brother. Let's say I wanted to do it, but I was so tired because for all the other shows I was tired, so I wasn't sure. I
What
talked with the promoter. He invited me. I was like, brother, I won't promise you I will do my best. Understand? So the last moment, I saw like I wanted to sign. I signed even after Tonio signed.
Okay.
After
Wow.
Tonio signed, then I signed mine. I sent it to my coach, like, hey, because he was telling me, did you sign already? I told him, yeah, wait a bit. And then I signed, and then I sent it to my coach, to confirm it. And then I sent it to the promoter, like, hey, listen, because he told me, hey, you have to hurry up and sign quick because there's a limit. And like I said, he was crying about like he wanted to do the Flex Pro as well. This has nothing to do with the IFBB. Yes, for the registrations, yes, it's with a company called Musclewear. Yeah. So we, the promoters and all those, they don't even know who's competing unless the athletes tell them. They would know 1 week before the show. They would know like, hey, who's on the list and who's competing. It's not them that will tell you like, no, you can't compete because you are 10 minutes late. If you are late, when the time limit is dead, because you have a time, you understand, to register. And if you don't register on time, when you click on it, it won't. You
time
can't
is it?
queue it anymore. So when you cannot queue it anymore, you can't register for the show anymore. So this has nothing to do with the IBB, like they're telling him, like, oh no, you can't compete Flex Pro because we don't like you. This guy is making shit up. You can check Musclewear. Anybody that competes and that register all the professional before, it wasn't like that. Now we have to register through Musclewear. And if you are late, brother. You can't even click on the button.
So how's that work? Is that like at 12 o'clock on this continent or 12 o'clock or how does that work?
Brother, even if you shoot me, I don't know how it works from continent to continent. I know when the time limit is done, it's done. You
Mm.
can't view it. Because I did for the New York Pro, I did the registration for the New York Pro, and I wanted to send my music because I was late with my music. Yes, even with the Dubai Pro, same thing. I registered, but I didn't have my music done yet. So my routine music. So I wanted to give my routine music, let's say 3 days, 4 days out before the show. I couldn't get on the show anymore. I couldn't get on the website of the show anymore through Musclewear. You can't click on the button anymore. You can't do nothing about it because it's late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thanks for explaining yourself and coming on here and being open and honest about your feelings and how you reacted to Nathan and what he was saying. But we got past that, right? We want to talk about some of the good things that's been happening with your career this
Well,
year. You have done so many shows, Bonac, that it's like, how do you keep going? Like, you've competed one of the most com- competitive athletes this year. I
competition.
want to say, yeah,
Yeah,
you've done
yeah.
so many shows, and what keeps you going to do this many shows? You're not, you're spring chicken, but you're still you're still out there beating these younger guys, and put them in their place. So tell me why you got the the energy to keep doing this at your age.
I'm probably favored by the judges. Let me tell you that. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I compete because I love it.
Yeah.
I love competition. I love bodybuilding, brother. And right now, like I was at the time that I was like, I didn't love bodybuilding anymore. All the stuff that I had to do, it was too much. I didn't, it was too much pressure. That was back in 23. I start to regain, I start to life again to burn, to light the fire back again. And I missed it, you understand? And I didn't want to leave the way that like the last physique that I left behind, I didn't want to leave like that. I knew I could do better. I knew like that when I watched the videos from 2023 Mr. Olympia, I think, or 2022 Mr. Olympia, right? Yeah. So when I watch those videos, I can't stand myself. Like, that's not me, so that's not what I wanted to, leave behind. So I was like, let me get back. I know I can do better. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Not to prove to anyone, to prove to myself, and to get, I get, yeah, let's say the best out of me, like at this age, and to prove myself like that age doesn't really matter until a certain time, of course. But for me, it doesn't stop me, and I also wanted to get to learn my body more, to get more experience, and to also help maybe other people in the future with bodybuilding, with competing, on how to peak and those stuff. So I was just checking a few things. I was experimenting with myself. I knew I couldn't win those shows that I did. Like half of the shows, I knew like, okay, I can win those shows. The best I can do is maybe play second or third. You get me? But
Yeah.
I wanted to do it anyway. And I did it, and I wanted to experiment myself. I wanted to experiment, different stuff with my coach, and that's what we did. So I have different ways of peaking it, because my problem was when I started decline was the peaking. I messed up every week of the show. I fucked it up, throughout the whole prep, everything was going well. Last week I fucked up, so that's where I brought the
So is
changes.
that the main thing that changed from 2023 to
Yeah,
2024,
yes,
2025? Was
yes.
this the peak? Because you look like your legs improved, like you got
The
like
leg,
so
the
what?
leg, brother, it was an injury, right? That was an injury from back in 2019, and honestly, I'm lucky that that I got back the size that they used to be. You understand? So that was the injury that was back. I think 6 weeks out of the 2019 Mr. Olympia,
Okay.
and my legs was just shrinking. I couldn't do anything about it. I wasn't even supposed to train. And the doctor even told me I'm lucky because I train. I can recover even faster. And it took me like more than 3 years to like really recover, because I had to gain power in my legs again. I couldn't even lift like left leg extension. I couldn't even do 20 kg. Like 20 kg, I couldn't lift it. I had to help myself with my left hand, to lift it up.
Wow.
Yes. So I did that.
So
Excuse me.
I was gonna say, you're talking about gaining more experience. Are you still
Yes.
gaining more experience? Are you getting smarter at this
Yes,
age,
bro.
or
Yeah,
is it
bro.
getting, or is it like, you get a certain age, you got to readjust your thinking on your physique to get the best out of it?
I think both of them. You're getting smarter, like also training wise. I don't train like I did back in the days, So you're getting smarter. You are thinking more. The aggression is still there, but you control it now. And before it was more ego stuff, So I can definitely say I'm getting smarter, and also the approach that I'm taking, with training, with peaking is different, a little bit different than before.
What's different in it?
I take less. Let me say it like that. Less
Yeah.
of everything. I do less of everything. Like before that, I overdid too much, over diet, over cardio, overtrained, and all these stuff. I do less.
Wow.
How much cardio are you doing now for your
I
shows, sir?
do. I don't do even cardio at all. Sometimes,
Wow.
like maybe my coach is gonna kill me when I say this. I do like maybe three. Like throughout the whole prep that I did, all the 5 shows, I will say I did maybe 5 to 6 times cardio, and it is
Like
from the Arnold till the Dubai Pro Show.
And is that after
And,
travel, or is that when did you pick and choose when you needed to do
um,
cardio?
I do it more when I see my weight was going up, because then then my carbs was going down. So then I was like, I need to bring the weight a little bit down. So I did it more, when my weight was going up on the scale.
And then you spoke of pressure. What type of pressure did you feel, and what did you do? How did you respond
Oh,
from the pressure?
that was back in I think 2022. This with sponsorship, social media, of course. The expectation from your fans, from people around. All this stuff. It was like I had to find a way, to let's say go around it. To not let that get into me, to not care. Let me say it like that. Understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a couple more things. So when we were on with Nathan, he mentioned strongly, like, you should hit ab and thigh straight on. He mentioned
Yes.
his faults and his shortcomings and his ab and thigh, but
Hmm.
he said, "Fuck it." He hit it straight on, show the body, show the judges, and he also uh, made to mention about he wasn't in shape enough for that type of placing.
Yes. He said I'm
What do you think
blocky.
about those things?
He said I'm blocky. I shouldn't play second, and this and that. And now I hear from you guys. I didn't even saw that part from the owner. From he said that I'm a business partner. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Uh, a business partner is a big word, but anyway, listen. He's not a judge. Yes, I don't ask anybody aside from the judge for the feedback over my physique because they don't judge me. So if I need any feedback, what will I do? I will go to Steve. I will go to Tyler. I will ask them, hey, what can I do to improve my physique? Or even Jim Manion. I will ask them, what can I do to improve my physique? Those times that I was in Pittsburgh, I went there to the gym, help me with some posting. How can I improve this? We went through it all, you understand? And if they tell me, like, hey, this post looks good on you, I will do it. Like, even we have the side triceps. They want me to hit it a different way. I tried many times, but I don't feel comfortable with it when I do it. So I did it one show and then I did it back the way I did it normally. Then I was like, okay, I will lose some of these points, but I still feel comfortable doing this pose this way. So that's how I decided. But most of all, I asked them the abs and thighs. I asked them, should I do it straight on
Yeah.
or can I do it from the side? Tell me. Tyler even told me, it was even at the Emperor Classic last year, excuse me, or the Dubai Emperor Classic, I was doing it like this or like this again, and then he told me I could do it this way as well. So if a judge tell me, one of the head judge, or
Yeah.
even not even if it's a head judge, if a judge, many judges tell me that I can do it this way, it looks better, why would I go there and do it the way, that looks shit on me? And that's not bodybuilding, that's dumb. You understand?
No,
It's
if
dumb
the
to
judges are
do
telling
those
you
stuff.
that, if the judges are
If you
telling
have
you,
brains, you understand, and you can
yeah,
think, you understand, you won't go there and put yourself in a harm place. Well, you look shit when you do that pose. Why would you do it?
no, you're right. Like it's not you. Like we can't blame the athlete when the
Yeah.
judges are giving you the go ahead to say, okay, do the side oblique.
No, but
So
even
I didn't
aside
know
from
that.
what the judges were saying,
Yeah,
if I do
yeah,
that pose like straight on, because I cannot crunch my abs like the way they do it through my hernia, so I
yeah.
cannot do that. I tried throughout the years, I tried many times. Sometimes it worked out good, but sometimes, most of the time when I get on stage, it don't work out well. I tried many times on stage, try to hold it in, but I cannot understand. Even on my with some posters on Instagram, I've done it. People say it
Yeah.
looks better. I do it on stage. It doesn't look the same way that that when I did it when I was
Yeah.
back home. You understand? Because you
Yeah.
deplete it and you load it, and it looks different. So I'm like, man, this
Right.
look good on me. I'm gonna hit it this way. And before I was bringing my hand too much to my abs, and now I let it go out a little bit. Fowler did the same thing. Understand? And I think it looks good on him.
Yeah.
Derek, I think, did that as well, and I think it looks good on him. So and he can do both.
Mhm.
Well, I cannot do both. I like this more. I can do both, but this looks better on me, so I'm gonna do it this way. And according to the judges, it's allowed. So if it's allowed, I will do it. If I get points for it or not, you understand? If it looks good on me, I will do it. If I do a most muscular, let's say I'm going against Beirut and I do a hand clap. I know I'm gonna lose that from him. Look at his shoulders, look at his chest, look at his weight. You understand what I mean? So that I won't take that chance. I will do it quickly and go back to my crab shot. Because when I do my crab shot, I have more details in my chest. I'm not as big as him, but I have more
Yeah.
details in my chest. Everything is, you understand, is going on there. But if I
Yeah,
stand next to him, hands clap, he's killing me in that shot. I will do it quickly, and then get back to my best pose.
yeah. You have a. I mean, we did a few rounds together before
Yes,
on video,
yeah, a
and
few
you
weeks.
do have. Yeah, you do have a jigsaw of a body to put together a pose. Like you have to hit it
Yeah.
just right for that thing to pop in the right direction. So you had a hernia, so that's what's keeping you from crunching as much as you can. I don't know, how does that feel when you try to do it most muscular? You're trying to get some kind of constant
No, no,
contraction there.
oh, I don't have problem with that. It's more like
Okay.
when I try to do the air pose and I crunch. When I crunch, bro, like my torso is not like Nathan's torso, this long thing. Understand? I got a short torso. I'm like vice versa of him. So when I crunch, then I will look blocky. You understand? Because I'm going down. I don't have that waist that goes long. My
Yeah.
legs start from here already. So that makes my waist, you understand, looks like it's like I don't even have a waist between it. And what he has is like his legs start already from his armpit. You understand? So
Uh, wow. I get it. So I mean, do you have any injuries that you're dealing with, or
at the
anything
moment,
that's yeah,
I do, yeah.
yeah. Well,
That's
everyone's gonna have something at this point.
yeah, yeah, I
But
do.
nothing stopping you from. I mean, you were very very big. It was one of the biggest bodies. I wouldn't say you're the most conditioned look I've seen this year out of you, but I did see a very impressive physique, like a big William uh, physique. That was. I mean, did you like your look? Did you like it before the show when you said, you know what, I'm gonna do the show?
Hmm. Like again, did I like
Did
my
you
look
like?
before?
Did you? Were you happy with the way you looked before the show? You decided to
I'm,
do it at that
no, I'm
point.
always happy the way I look before the show. I'm always happy the way I look before the show. Like, when I do my update pictures, because then, I'm low on carbs. Understand? But then again, when I step on stage, I will look flat. So even like what I did, the difference between this prep, the last week that I did, compared with Detroit, is I load less. Oh, more than half less with my loadings. You get me? Like I
Yeah.
barely ate,
Well,
like
yeah.
compared to Detroit.
Well, because you have, I mean, doing that many shows, you're gonna have uh, a different way of going
Approach.
about how you peak because the body's a
Yeah,
little different. You're a little bit
yeah,
fuller. You're a little bit different.
yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty hard to. That's a pretty hard grind to go from those shows into this one. That's very hard to do. You got to have
It's
a
a,
lot of discipline for that.
yes, it's a learning process. So, and that's what I like about it, because like if my body told me like William, don't do it, shut it down, I would have shut it down.
Because I mean, I'm telling you, just from experience is why I was thinking, oh man, William's gonna have a tough one in this one because I seen him in March. I
Yeah.
seen him at the end. Was it the end of March or April? When is that?
Was
Detroit,
April? April?
April. Going
No, no, no.
on.
Was Detroit April or end of March? I
It
think
was,
end of March.
I think, end of March,
Yes,
like March 30th, something like that. I think.
yes, yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
but
On the fifth.
that's hard to do, man. Seriously, it's like the right amount of time to not look good.
Yeah.
The right amount of time.
Yes, yeah, bro. It's not like I don't have nothing to lose. It's like I don't have those pressure anymore. I have my own supplement line. You understand? I work, I work my butt off. I have a few collaboration with Gym 80s with, I'm doing my own stuff. So I don't depend on others. You understand? And that stress is gone. So that's why I can do what I want to do freely without stress. You understand? I do it because I love this. This
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's did you wish you would have did the nutrition like a long time ago and just keep working for your family, for yourself more so. You
Yes.
got Leela Brada, Rich Kaspari comes to mind.
Yes.
They did it early on in their careers or
Yes. I wish
right at the time.
I wish I did it back then, but then again, everything is on the right time, because then again, you don't know who you're gonna get as a business partner. You know,
Yeah, you gotta
and on the
it's a
top, when you're on the top, everybody wants to work with you.
yeah.
And my business partner that I'm working with now, with my supplement line, I was down when he wanted to work with me. You see, that's the difference. You
Well,
understand?
some people look at you differently than what you think of yourself or think of, oh, my placing's not what it used to
No,
be.
bro, blah,
That's
be
saying,
honest. Come on, Chris, be honest. I was doing I was doing shit. I looked shit last shows at
hey,
Olympia that
but
I did a
that's
few years ago compared
but
to the way that I look. Be honest, brother. You
but
can say it. I look shit.
you're going about it smarter. I wanted you to train a different way and to pose a certain whatever. But what I was seeing is that you could have done more physically to make yourself better, but it just seems like you hit a different stride as of late, the last year or so. And I think you got different guidance and everything like this. But like you
Yeah,
said, you're getting smart. I just think you're doing things that are different than what you did before.
yeah, true. That's most definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we're headed into the Olympia. I know we got a tight timeline with William here.
it's
Headed to the
okay.
Olympia.
Okay,
Okay,
don't
you're
worry
good.
about that.
Okay, good.
Don't
Okay.
worry.
Let's talk about the Olympia. You're getting ready for the Olympia still. What's your kind of goal for the Olympia this year?
Honestly, I don't go to the Olympia like that was before. That's the pressure that I don't put on myself anymore. So I don't go to the Olympia. Okay, I want to place this. I want to be. I don't want nothing. I have to work for it. You understand? I can want everything, but I won't get it, and that's gonna be disappointing. I'm gonna be like a crybaby, like Nathan coming on here and crying like, "Oh, I deserve to be this. I deserve to be that." So I don't want to put any expectation on myself. I just want to do my best, work hard, go there and leave it up to God and leave it up to the judges who are sitting over there. That's all I can do. I cannot stress myself. Oh, I want to be top six and put that idea in my mind and then go there and place out of the top 10 and then be devastated.
Yeah, no expectations, which is good.
No
No.
expectations at all. Like I go there with nothing. If I win something, I'm happy. If not, I'm okay. Yeah.
Question two: would you ever do the Masters Olympia? Maybe not this year, but then if it's back next year, would you?
In the future, if
Yeah,
my body allows it, listen, I don't know what's going to happen next year. I want to compete, of course. I don't know if I'm going to retire next year. I don't know if I want to retire next year, or maybe the in 2 years time. I don't know. So I'm checking it, the way, like, by each day, how things go, not by how I feel, but if my body allows me. That's the most
yeah,
important. My body
yeah.
allows me, because even for the Dubai Pro, I did a blood check before I even decided to do the Dubai Pro.
Okay, so you're checking your blood, making sure everything's
Yeah.
good. Good, good. And yeah, like I mean, to me, I don't think you need to retire. I think you're winning shows still. Okay, you're winning shows. You're in the top five at all
Second.
these. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, why retire? You're still in the mix at all these shows. So I don't see any reason to retire.
No, I mean, like, anything can happen, like health wise. You understand that will
Yeah,
force you to retire, or even injury.
yeah,
So that's what I meant to say.
yeah, yeah. No, I'd like to quickly get your opinion on Lee Haney and him saying that bodybuilding needs a reset. Did you see all about the
Yes,
comments so
I
what's your
saw
take on
that.
that? The bodies are getting too big and out of proportion and all of that.
Bro, he has a point in some way. It's a point in some way, but not like because of the body's getting out of proportion, bodybuilding is doing bad. Bodybuilding is doing good. I think that's like more a personal opinion about the physique of the athletes. But like the industry of bodybuilding is doing better than ever. You got a lot of more promoters, you got more fans who are into bodybuilding everywhere around the world where you go. Bodybuilding is growing. You didn't see that 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You didn't see that. So bodybuilding is really growing. the
think he's
industry.
talking about the conditioning factor that
Yes, for the
bodybuilders.
athletes. For the athletes, I think
Yeah,
like he's making a point. This is not something new. This is something that's we all been saying this for a long time. You understand? So this is nothing new. And on that part, I agree with him. Yes.
I was just surprised about the disrespect that people was throwing towards him, and he just cares a lot about about bodybuilding. Bodybuilding's been his life, his whole life.
Yeah.
Uh, and I just feel like some of the guys got a little disrespectful, and I just wasn't raised that way. You know, you have
And
a,
and
a,
that's that's
a
that's
person to
that's
discuss.
exactly what I meant to say. Like you can see exactly throughout the behavior of people if their father or mother or family or grandmother was in their life. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean? You
Yeah.
can see people through the behavior. You can tell, like, this guy, he was raised up without parents. He was raised up without his grandmother. You understand?
Yeah.
So those people, it tells enough. I'm not even gonna say much about them. What I do is like, this guy is a pioneer. He won the Olympia 8 times on a row in a time that was very difficult,
Oh
very
yeah.
difficult,
Yeah.
for
Oh yeah.
bodybuilders, to even get a pro card, let go to win a Mr. Olympia.
Oh yeah.
And so, and I'm not saying like, oh, this area is better. It has nothing to do with areas. It's like the man's opinion, and what he's saying is right. Those people that are laughing and disrespecting him, they all think the same way. And now suddenly, because he said it, it's a problem.
Right. Right.
Understand?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little taken back by that. I got
Yeah.
nothing but respect for Lee. So
Bro, I got respect for all of you guys. I got
yeah.
respect even for Sean Ray, even though sometimes he says stuff that I don't agree with him. But I still have respect for him, for
Right.
what he's done for bodybuilding, for his because he's a pioneer as well. He was before
Yeah.
my time. He was the dude like Flex Wheeler, Ronnie, you, Chris, that we were looking up to. You understand? So yeah, it's his opinion. I agree with him in a certain ways, of course, yes. And if I don't agree with him, I will still want to disrespect him. I will still
Exactly.
respect the man he
Exactly.
is. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
For sure. one hundred
Well,
percent.
well, we'll wrap it up there. I know we're a little bit on a time crunch here. It's late over there. And is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Anybody special in your life that you want to, say thank you to?
Yes, of course. My family, my family, my number one, my kids. Sue back home taking care for the kids, and my business partners, WBS, William Bonac signature, and the most important one, Jim 80. They have been supporting me a lot. Yeah, because of them, I can, have my workout at home. I can train. I'm traveling around the world to promote them. So I'm grateful. So thank you, and thank you, of course, for my fans and the supporters, and thank you too, Master Discord, because I see you, or I pretend like I don't see you, but I see you, and I see how you look towards me, and your opinion, and you have never talked any bad things about me, and if you have an opinion, please go ahead. I know you're gonna do it in a respectful way. Understand? That's how it's supposed to be. We don't need no idiot.
Yeah.
Promote bodybuilding. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Appreciate
Yeah. I know he's not old. I'm older, but you know, I- when people start talking shit about
it.
that type of stuff, I'm like, brother, I do nothing but motivate and push and give tips and try to
Yeah,
help anyone in the sport of bodybuilding. We're all in the same big family. Whether
exactly.
you like everybody or not, but you're still in that same small pool
Exactly.
of people. So I do nothing
Exactly.
but try to help in any kind of way I can, like everything I do. So,
I know
but
that.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you
Yeah.
too, man. One love.
All right,
And I
brother.
know this guy from way back here. He was teaching me back the time when Monda brought him to Holland.
Oh yeah,
That
from
time I
Monday.
was like, yeah, he was coming
Yeah,
to the gym, sport and fitness.
for
You know,
sure, man.
me arranging, making sure he got everything he need.
You was always
Yeah,
good at that. Say hello to your family too,
I
man.
will, brother. I will. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. All right. Talk to you later. Okay. Peace,
Thanks.
guys.
Thank you, brother.
Thank. Bye
Right
bye.
here.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, man.